if I post something without makeup, half of them say, "Oh, with makeup you're looking good. Without makeup you're looking like an auntie." Like, so what? My weight actually went up to 65 kilos, and I did look bigger than what I am right now. So a lot of people have actually said, "Oh, you look fat, you look big," and right now people are saying, "Why you looking too thin? We like you when you were fat." I'm like, hello, make up your mind. Okay, major thing what I get personally more than weight is the skin color. A lot of people are like, "Oh, you're looking black, you're looking dark." And even in the photos also some people comment saying, "Oh, your face is white but your legs are black." I'm like, hello, what is wrong with you? Personally for me, I've become busier after marriage. So I always say, I think Mustafa he's been my lucky charm. And I thank God that I've got a wonderful partner like that who supports me in my work. Obviously, they think that once she gets married, obviously her body thing will change. She'll focus more on her family. And even if she wants to make a comeback, she won't get, a heroine role. She'll probably get a mother, or she'll get a sister-in-law, or she'll get the sister to the same guy she was paired with.
But when I speak about your journey, often women are judged, and I feel not just actors. Actors, of course, they're in the profession; they're always judged. But even women, like women around me, my friends, often are made to judge themselves for the way they look, for the weight they have, for everything. For their hair, for their eyebrows, for everything. When I see somebody like you sitting with me, who's one of the top stars of India today, sitting with me, sans makeup to do an interview, it actually shatters beauty standards. Yeah. How many times have you faced these kind of judgments and comments in life?
Oh, every day. Every day. If I post something without makeup, half of them say, "Oh, with makeup you're looking good. Without makeup you're looking like an auntie." Like, so what? If not today, tomorrow you'll also become an auntie. You'll also become an uncle. You'll also become old. Then somebody is like, "Oh, you're looking old." Like, yeah, tomorrow you'll also become old. So what? I think you should accept the fact that you should accept your age. You should accept the fact the way you look. And let's face it, I will wear makeup when I want to wear makeup. I will be normal when I feel like it, because I'm like this 24/7. You want to see me, you see me. You don't want to see me, just ignore. I'm not going to sit you down, force you to look at me and say, "Like me," without makeup also. If you like me, you like me. You don't like me, well, that's your opinion. I'm not going to force, I can't change your opinion for you. And another thing is, for me, makeup is, I'd like to wear it only when I'm shooting or when I'm in front of a camera. And I believe that, you can be natural, you can be beautiful. And let's face it, it's how each people see you. You like me without makeup, well and good. You don't like me, well, I can't help it.
I love it. I feel it takes a lot of courage. And I'm sorry I'm saying this, because we are conditioned that way, that, actors come all decked up. But believe me, I feel it's a welcome change. Like when people tell me that you should put makeup on your face just to try it up and stuff when I shoot, I completely refuse. But I refuse because I don't want to put anything on my face. That's a different story.
No, it's the same thing. For me, I don't know. Maybe it's because I have this thing in this like South, and it's like whenever I travel, I don't wear makeup. And the other thing is, I have seen people, wearing makeup even when they want to, go to the airport and things like that. See, I'm not against it. I'm not going to comment on it. It's each person to his own. Do whatever you want to. But I believe, if you're comfortable in your own skin, why do you want to think? And that too, you're traveling. So why? For me, this is my outlook on the whole thing.
Absolutely.
You should be natural. You should be yourself. And that's what, whenever people see me like this, they give a double look and they're like, "Are you Priyamani?" I'm like, "Yeah." They go, "Oh, you look so different." I'm like, "What? Yeah, this is me. You want to see me like this, well and good. You don't want to, well, I can't help it. But this is me. This is how I am. This is who I am." And most of the times, my husband and I, we have arguments because of this. He's like, "I always told you," he'll be like, "I always told you to wear makeup, look good, this, that, look presentable." Sometimes I feel he's right, but sometimes I feel, look, why should I change myself to please you? And by you, I don't mean you, but I mean, I don't have to change myself to or okay, I agree. If I have to go for a meeting or something, yes, I'll get ready and go. But if I'm sitting at home and like this, well, maybe a bare minimum makeup would be okay. But apart from that, I mean, I don't think I have to like look glamorous and do my hair and curl it out or straighten it out, to please somebody. I mean, this is me. This is who I am, and I'm very comfortable, and I like the way I am like this.
Yeah, absolutely, and that is amazing. Let me tell you that. And have there been instances where you've been body shamed?
Oh yes. There was a lot of times when, well, honestly speaking, I did go up to, my weight actually went up to 65 kilos, and I did look bigger than what I am right now. So a lot of people have actually said, oh, you look fat, you look big. And right now people are saying, why are you looking too thin? We like you when you were fat. I'm like, hello, make up your mind, okay? You like me when I'm fat or you like me when I'm thin? And now I can't help it. I'm like this, so just think. But I'm just saying, see, being on the bigger side or being on the smaller side, it's each person to himself. I mean, why do you want to body shame people saying, oh, you're fat, you're looking like a pig, or why do you want to do that? I mean, and irrespective, not only, and major thing, what I get personally, more than weight is the skin color. A lot of people are like, oh, you're looking black, you're looking dark. And even in the photos also, some people comment saying, oh, your face is white, but your legs are black. I'm like, hello, what is wrong with you? I mean, what is wrong in being, even if I'm a dark-skinned girl, I don't believe that I'm fair. I think I'm wheatish. And I said, look, what is wrong? Even if I'm a dark-skinned person, first of all, change your opinion. Don't call anybody black, because black is beautiful. Lord Krishna is black in color. He was beautiful. I said, black is beautiful. Why do you want to, don't comment like this? And even if you have something, keep it in your mind. I mean, why do you want to spread negativity like this, saying, oh, you're fat, or you're black, or things like that? Don't do it. I mean, it's not, you may think that, you may get a 1 minute fame because of that, but it's wrong. I mean, you don't know how deeply it'll affect the person you're commenting on, So I do get it sometimes, most of the times, as I said, more so for my skin and things like that. Not much of body shame has happened to me, but yeah, more so on the skin color and all, people have commented. So I would just request them not to do it, because yes, we can take it in 1 year and leave it out the other. It doesn't really bother us that much, but
it does bother a lot of others.
It does bother a lot of other people. So I would say, think twice before you have to comment something. And half them would be just, some kids who are bored sitting behind the computer and just want to comment because they want that 1 minute fame. I don't know why they want to do it, but I would just request them not to do it, because it's not nice.
And the problem is that they will follow you and then they will abuse you, which is
and the worst thing is when you reply to them, I won't be rude when I reply, but I'll be politely rude. So when I do that, they'll DM me later on and they'll say, oh, I'm sorry, ma'am, I just wanted a reply from you. I'm a big fan of you. I wanted a reply. That's why. I was like, sometimes it gets me. Half the time I'm like, yaar, why do you want to comment such a thing? Just keep quiet.
But when we talk, have you ever lost out on a film because of all this? Like any ridiculous reason where you've lost out on a project or a film?
Not really. I have rejected films because obviously I was not very convinced with the story. But apart from that, ridiculous reasons as like what? What do you mean?
Like maybe you've been replaced without being informed, or
No. Such a thing fortunately has not happened to me. Touch wood. I hope it doesn't happen also. Even if such thing has happened, it's happened very mutually. I mean, even if I was not comfortable with the thing, I talk to them directly and I say, look, I'm sorry, but I don't think I can be part of your story. So it's very mutual. Nothing like that has ever happened to me before.
But do you feel that you're in the best phase of your career? There was a point of time, I'll be honest, a few years ago when Rani Mukherjee was making her comeback after her pregnancy with
Mardani.
She had said this, that married actors today, especially actresses, are not considered dead commodities. There was a point where marriage was like the end of an actor's career, and it was considered. I'm not saying that it was, but it was written off. People were written off because they were getting married. Today that's not happening. Today I feel more wonderful things have happened to you post your marriage. I will come to that in the next question. But how do you see that? How do you see that? Do you see that change today?
I definitely see the change. I think personally for me, I've become busier after marriage. So I always say, I think Mustafa he's been my lucky charm. And I thank
True.
God that I've got a wonderful partner like that who supports me in my work, basically. But yes, rightly as you said, I do believe that the outlook has changed towards married actresses, especially because earlier, if an actress gets engaged or she gets married, she's completely written off from the industry. And this was only the media, not the media. I'm sorry, the industry made it that way because obviously they think that once she gets married, obviously her body thing will change. She'll focus more on her family, and even if she wants to make a comeback, she won't get a heroine role. She'll probably get a mother, or she'll get a sister-in-law, or she'll get the sister to the same guy she was paired with. That's the funniest thing, that I couldn't accept the fact that she was his heroine, whoever be it. This lady was this guy's heroine, and after marriage, she got married. Even though he is married, he's got kids or whatever, he's still the reigning hero in the industry. But when she wants to make a comeback, she has to play sister or sister-in-law or something like that. It's like, why do they want to do that? But then now it's completely changed. I think the industry, the outlook has completely changed. They are accepting the fact that, okay, maybe she still wants to work. Okay, family, that is a different, that is also there, that is also important. But they're giving roles, especially, there are roles written for, females like this. There are important roles written. It could be a female lead, it could be a main important character in the film or whatever. But I'm happy that, even girls who are married or engaged and all that, look at Kajal, look at Samantha, look at Nayanthara, all of them, they're doing so wonderfully for themselves. And that too, they're playing main leads also.
Yeah.
They've got they're getting roles written for them. And when you come to me, yes, I'm also happy that I am getting a lot of, almost every day I keep reading about 2 to 3 scripts every day.
You have 7 films lined up this year.
Yeah, I do.
7 projects.
Yeah, so I do, and every day I'm reading a lot of scripts and things like that. So I'm happy that people still consider, and they're like, madam, we want you in our film. It may not, I'm saying, it may not be a main lead, but it may be like a important character in the film also. So first thing they'll call and they say, madam, this is the thing. We're doing a story, there's an important character, will you do it? So I'm like, you send me the synopsis, if I like it, I'll do it. If I don't, well, please don't force me to do it, and things like that. So in that way, I think I'm getting a lot busier after marriage, and I hope this continues.
That is true. I was coming to that after marriage, I think your husband has got a lot of love and support and luck to you. Because when let's just face it, that in a patriarchal setup like ours, it is also important to have a family, have in-laws, and have a husband who is supportive of your career choices as well. Only then can you proceed with a lot more comfort. I'm not saying that it becomes difficult as a choice. The choice is of course yours, but it becomes easier. The choice becomes to make you more comfortable. In that way, you're lucky, So how do you see that as the support and the presence of Mustafa in your life in that regard?
I definitely feel a very strong presence. And by that, I mean, in whatever decisions I take, be it, even if I have to take one step forward, I ask his permission only. We talk to each other and we say, look, this is what is happening, and such an offer has come. So what do you think? And the funniest thing is, even till today, a lot of people think Mustafa is my manager. So they have stored his number like Priyamani manager Mustafa or something like that. They keep telling me, when I keep telling them that, please contact my husband, they're like, Mustafa is your husband? I'm like, yeah. They're like, oh, we thought he was your manager. I'm like, okay, you can say manager come husband, whatever, husband come manager. So a lot of people actually call him for, to approach me and, for be it an ad or be it whatever. So in that way, I feel, and even when we were seeing each other also, he was very supportive, and all the decisions what I have to take, I consulted him. I still do consult him. And, it's a collective decision whether to do it or not to do it. And I was very fortunate that I have a partner like this, that even when we were, taking the next step forward, when we were going to, we took the decision to get married. The first thing I said is, look, I don't want to give up on films, because this is what I've been doing this for a long time, and all of a sudden, if you want me to give it up, it's going to be really difficult. So he said, look, I don't want you to give up films. I want you to keep doing it. And in fact, I think third day after marriage, I started shoot. I mean, I shot for a new Malayalam film. The third day after marriage, I said tata bye bye. I started shooting. So, and I'm really happy that, I have such a wonderful partner who supports my work. And even if, right now, because it's the pandemic and things like that, and, we're forced to sit at home and all that. I mean, forced as in a good way, obviously, not in a bad way. Apart from that, he's like, once the situation comes down, you're going to be swarmed with work, because whatever backlog was there before the lockdown happened, all that is going to start and things like that. He's like, you're working really hard, which is good. You have to work hard. And all the projects, like, as I said, half of it comes to him. So he keeps sending it to me and he's like, read it. If you like it, talk about it. We'll take it forward. And vice versa. If I get anything, I'll, send the synopsis to him and I'm like, look, this is what has come to me. Read it and let me know what you think about it. And so we have this healthy discussion, obviously, about work and things like that. So yeah, I mean, I'm really fortunate that I have such an understanding husband and understanding in-laws. That is the most important, because sometimes, husband might say, okay, but in-laws might have some, reservation of you. Oh, but they're not, they're really sweet, very simple people. And they also know that for a fact that, I'm working, and they appreciate the fact. And half the time, look, obviously, they also don't understand the South language. But I can say that they're very avid TV watchers, and they watch a lot of South films dubbed in Hindi, which comes out on Hindi. And so they keep asking, ye kaun hai, ye kahan se hai, ye hero kaun hai, inka naam kya hai, inka naam kya hai. So we have this thing every day. We have this ritual that from 7 in the evening to about 9 in the evening, we watch all dubbed films. In whatever, like, you name the channel and it's there, like Star Gold and Stetmax and all that. After that, it is 9 to 10 or 10:30 is their time, because they watch serial. And so yeah, it's fun actually. It's just nice to just sit back, relax, and enjoy this TV time with the in-laws. We're watching, and he's like, so every time they watch a film, they're like, ye hero kahan se hai? Wo bada hero hai. Is he a good hero? Bahut acha hai. So they know people like Prabhas, Nagarjuna and all, Nagarjuna sir and all. They recognize. But others from, like, you can say some actors in the like Tamil actor or a Malayalam actor or a Kannada actor, they may not recognize much, because half the films that releases and comes are all Telugu films that gets dubbed in Hindi. So that's what they watch more. So they know a bit more about the Telugu actors rather than the other language actors, which I will definitely educate them about, saying he's from this industry and he's from this industry.
So all the best, and waiting for Kalkilan season 3 as well.
Thank you for interviewing me. I'm so happy.
I am happy. You made me so happy.